For centuries after centuries, many people have believed that training oneself to write with the left hand can actually improve brain function and make one's brain work with more speed. While other people have believed that if you force yourself to write with your left hand, or if you force yourself to be ambidextrous, then it can be actually detrimental for your neural health. Now that is what experts say. But I trained myself to write with my left hand in less than a week because I was bored in quarantine, and this is a skill that I figured I could teach myself and flex without spending any money. Hello friends, I'm Jagushani. Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for sticking around. In this video, I'm going to show you the whole process of how I taught myself to learn with my left hand in less than a week. And I'm going to call this series Things I Learned in Quarantine. So let's begin. So it was 2 a.m. one night. I was super bored. What did I do? I sat down with an exercise book. I took a pen and I started writing with my left hand. No, actually the motivation story is a little better than that. So I'm someone who is obsessed with Little Women, the book, and recently the movie directed by Greta Gerwig. So in the movie there is a scene where my all-time favorite fictional icon Jo March sits down to write her book. So she keeps on writing on her book and her right hand starts aching. So she swiftly switches to her left hand and started writing with her left hand with equal elan. And since she is my all-time icon, as I already mentioned, I thought, wow, this is something that I could also teach myself to do so that I can be, a little bit closer to becoming Jo March in real life. So this is what I did. As I was saying, I sat down in the middle of the night because quarantine is getting very, very boring. Like, comment in the comment section down below if you are feeling the same, and let me know what you're doing to get out of this boredom. Okay, so I sat down with an exercise book and a pen in my hand, in my left hand, and I started writing the first page of Little Women. So here's what happened. I started writing and it was a disaster. There was no orientation, and after a point my hand really hurt, okay, but then again I made it to the last, and I did not give up. So this is what happened on day 1. I sat down and I told myself that just write without any pressure to figure what are the faults that are happening while writing with my left hand, okay. And since my motivation is Little Women, I copied the first page of Little Women as my first exercise. So I did this without any instruction in my head given to me by me, because self-teaching. I did not give up. I finished writing the whole page, and as you saw, this is what I ended up with. Now day 2, I already know my mistakes, right? So what did I do? I figured that, okay, today I'm going to write on the left hand side of the exercise book instead of the right hand side to see if the orientation becomes much better. Day 2, to my surprise, I noticed that I was not tempted to write with my right hand anymore, okay. It was difficult. Like on day 1, it took me exactly 50 minutes to write one page. But on day 2, it was equally time consuming and difficult, but I was not tempted to write with my right hand, and I was seeing improvements. Now, this is day 3. This is day 4, and on day 4 I noticed that I have, like, my precision was improving, okay. It was nice, and even though it was taking like quite a good amount of time, say 30 minutes, but like I was more precise, which was amazing. But I had given myself this deadline of a week, and I needed to improve in a week, and it was already the 4th day. I was getting nervous, so on 5th day I set out clear instructions for myself, and I told myself that you have to be more precise, you have to write faster, like you have to increase your speed, and I have to try to not strike out in the middle of the writing as much as I could, okay. I wanted to write like I write with my right hand. I said write 3 times, so for those 3 times you do 3 things: subscribe, like and comment under this video. Okay, enough of self-plug-in, and let's move on to day 5. Now I figured something that I get nervous while the camera is on while I'm writing, so that is something that happened. Like when I write without the camera on, I write better. But then again, I have to make this video, so I hope that you're going to 5 I noticed that even though I had a good day 4, day 5 was more difficult than day 4 because I was very focused on writing fast. So at the end of day 5, I saw that my day 4 writing looked better to me than my day 5. Do you feel the same? Because I do. But then again, like, because of my deadline, I thought, okay, I still have 2 more days, but the 7th day does not really count because that is the day I'm going to write perfectly with my left hand. So on day 6, what I did was I first woke up in the morning and I started writing with a gel pen and not a ballpoint pen, because I needed to see that what happens if I write with a different kind of ink, because all this while I was writing with a ballpoint pen, but what happens if I write with a gel pen. So with the gel pen, what I figured was that the grip on the pen needed to be lighter, so my hand, even though it doesn't pain as much now, this pen gave me less pain. So that was there. But then again, I saw that even though it looked pretty decent considering I had put in efforts of only 5 days, I liked how my writing looked with my ballpoint pen. So I personally like writing with a ballpoint pen than a gel pen. So I switched to my ballpoint pen and I started writing, and I saw that it was a breeze and I could actually write quite fast with precision, and it was actually very, very, very nice. So this is how it looked. This is what happened. And on day 7, I could finally say that I can write with my left hand with ease, and this is something that I have taught myself without any help. So what did this exercise teach me? These are the things that this exercise taught me. The number one thing that this exercise taught me was patience. By nature, I'm a very impatient person. So this was like a form of meditation to me, because every day I gave myself some time, like I had assigned a particular time in the day to sit down and write something. Now it wasn't like I have to sit at 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. or 2 a.m. but I needed to sit down to practice this because I wanted to see progress. So this taught me patience. I really enjoyed the exercise. But then again, a lot of you might not enjoy this exercise. I don't encourage you doing this. I'm just really bored in quarantine. So this is what I'm doing. But this taught me patience. The number 2 thing it taught me is that happiness is free. That you can teach yourself something for free and you can feel really happy by the end result. So this was something that did not cost me any money. I did not have to look to anybody for inspiration. I did not have to ask for help. Help was within me. I decided to help myself, and it was nice. Okay, happiness indeed was free, and it was just very nice. The third thing it taught me is that it is never too late to teach yourself a new skill. Like when I was 10 years old, if I taught myself to write with my left hand, I'm pretty sure that my flexibility then was much more than what my flexibility is now. But if I did this after 5 years, it would have been even worse. So it's never too late to teach yourself a new skill. And the fourth thing that it reminded me to do was to ask you guys, what was the next thing that is you want me to teach myself? Because I would love to film that process for you, and I hope that you really like this. I am again saying that I am not encouraging you to do this. This might not be somebody's cup of tea, but I just like this idea that I can write with my left hand. Yes, I mean, this is how I write with my right hand. This is how I have been writing for 23 years of my life. So my precision, my speed, everything will be better than what it is with my left hand. But with this hand, I have only been writing for 6 days, and I plan to continue this for at least the rest of the month, like for a month at least, for 24 more days, so that I become more precise, better at it, and I can just write with both my hands and move one step closer to being Joe March. So yeah, that is there. So yes, I would love to film that for you. Again, I'm saying that I'm not encouraging any of you to do this. This is something I thought is going to be a fun exercise for me. So I hope that you liked watching that, and if you did, and if you haven't already in this super long video, if you haven't already in this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. I make really fun videos, I promise. I look forward to your ideas, your comments, and I really appreciate you being in my channel. Don't forget to leave your comment. I'll see you very soon next week. Bye.